Hey, what's up everyone? It's Tekosor and I hope you are all doing well. So first of all, I want to apologize for making this video quite late. I was supposed to do it right after I made the previous video for the Legion Go when we tested this third-party back cover, this 3D printed back cover that was quite popular some time ago. So we're going to see in this video how the NVMe drive, if we put it on this place, how it's going to perform in terms of temperatures, etc. So if you remember last time, we did it for the original drive 2242, and it performed actually worse than the original back cover on this one. However, CPU temperature was relatively lower thanks to this better air ventilation than the original one. So we're going to see if we put it here, how things are going to be. So I'm going to do the same installation process all over again. So let's get started. First of all, take off the Joy-Cons. And I also want to note that you're going to need this adapter for installing the 2280 drive. So we're going to put this adapter in the part where the original SSD goes, and then it will extend it horizontally in this way. So we can put it on this back plate. We can extend it from the outside and then connect it to the NVMe drive. So that's how we are going to do it. So other things you are going to need is surely like an SSD drive. You don't need to have the same one, but this one is 2280 PCI 4 M.2 NVMe by, I think it's Fanshong. So as you can see, it's compatible with PC and PlayStation 5 consoles, as it say, and it has a heatsink on top of it. This way you don't need to put any kind of heatsink. So we're going to see if it's going to fit actually also on this one. So yeah, I got this one properly for the Legion Go actually. So let's get started first by removing the original back plate. So first thing first, we'll need a screwdriver. You need to unscrew those 6 screws, as you can see. Now using a pry tool, just go over this side. Here I got a stock screw, so I just remove it. Now you can see that the original back cover has actually some metallic material, so it's going to help a little bit more with heat dissipation compared to this 3D printed one. So you can already tell the difference if you put them side by side. Now just a side note, in case you've been running your Legion Go for quite some time, it's quite recommended to clean the fan. So as you can see here, I cleaned mine just recently. So you can just clean it every like a few months of use, like every 3 months of use would be ideal. Or also every 2 months if you run it for a long time. Every 2 months will be great. And especially if you live in a dusty place, it will be very, very good for your Legion Go to have always a clean fan. It's going to help with cooling, etc. So it has its own kickstand, as you can see. However, it doesn't come with the hinge part. So we're going to remove the original ones and then put it here. And in this way, it will attach to its own kickstand. So remove those 3 screws per side. Now that we removed this part, just open the kickstand. And you will see there are 3 screws per also side. So we're going to remove them. You can see the kickstand has come out. So we don't need this part for the modded back cover. It has its own. So remove the hinges. So we're going to put it like this. We're going to use the same screws as well. we are all clear. Now we can just bring this part, the kickstand, and then position it like this. Try to keep holding it. The kickstand is working flawlessly. So let's get back our Legion Go unit. It will be recommended to remove the battery cable when you do this kind of stuff. So I'm going ahead and remove it. Now we remove the SSD, remove this screw. So here, as you can see, I had this heatsink. It's 2mm in high. If you remember, we had a video for it. We have everything prepared. So here I have the adapter. It also comes with the screw. Now I would like to point out to something that the version of the adapter is this one, 9th November 2023, V5. That's the version of it. So I put it here and using its own screw, as you can see now it's in place. So we are ready. Now let's put back the battery cable. Slide it in place. Let's put back the sticker. And we can just now close the cover and make sure to have the other end of the adapter going to the outside. As you can see, here it is. Now I'm going to close the back cover using the same screws that come with the original one. As you can see, the stand can hold on the device pretty well. Just for demonstration, it's pretty sturdy actually. Now we can get our SSD ready. The heatsink doesn't come pre-installed, so if you choose to not install it, you are free to do so. So it has several summer pads. You would like to install it. Now just for demonstration, I'll put the SSD. You will connect the SSD and then slide it. There is like a hole. Put on this enclosure. And it actually stays in place. Like even if you try to shake it, it wouldn't fall. So that's quite good. However, as you can see, the material of this isn't metallic. So it's going to not help with any kind of heat dissipation. The SSD will be without any kind of heat sink. So therefore, for PCI 4, I think it's going to thermal throttle. It will be recommended to have some sort of cooling. However, I don't think it would work if I put its own heatsink, because due to clearance issue, I think. Now, even if I don't use like this one, for example, how am I supposed to close it? The SSD isn't making contact with this area. I'm not sure if it's going to work like this. No, it's actually not going to work. Like if I put it this way. So this kind of heatsink is not going to work with this one. Therefore, we're going to try another solution. And I got this actually copper M.2 heatsink. It has also lots of thermal pads. It has actually 3 sizes. This one has the highest density. This one has the medium density and this one has the lowest one. And also for thermal pads, we have different sizes. This one is the thicker. Then I have this one is the medium size and this one is the thinnest one. Or instead, we can apply those thermal pads. Another solution I have, which is this also heatsink and has thermal pads, comes also with those tools. However, those ones are thinner, so it's more likely to fit with it. I'm going to use the middle way. So as you can see, I position them in a way so all the NAND memory would have a thermal pad in total of 8. Position it like this and using a rubber band. Okay. Now let's try to close it. It's not closing. Let's try without it. No, it's still not working. So it's kind of bad, to be honest. So let's try to remove those thermal pads beneath. This way we are left with top thermal pads. Let's try to close it. No, it's still not closing, guys. So we're going to not use any kind of heatsink actually. So our options will be only to have these thermal pads that came with it actually, use them. That will be actually great. Let's check if it's going to close. So we cannot apply this thermal pad either. It's very limited clearance. Let's try to apply the thinnest one. It actually closed pretty well. As you can see, no matter what I do, it wouldn't fall down. So guys, that's the only one. That's the only way if you would like to have this enclosure. It has very limited clearance area, so you cannot apply any kind of heatsink as I hoped. Like, it's out of question. I got lots of stuff for this video and none of them have worked. So it's kind of disappointing, to be honest. Now, our final solution will be to install a graphite sheet, which is quite thin, like it has double sides. We can try it on to see if it's actually going to be good. So we already have a thermal pad here. I'm just going to remove this thermal pad. Something like this. And then we can also apply on the top side another one. Okay, we are good. And it actually closed pretty well. So as you can see, even if I try to make it fall, it wouldn't. It's still in place, so we are good to go actually. That's the definite solutions that I found. We're going to check on the thermals now, see if it's going to run cool. Instead, the one we had, the original 2242 SSD in its position in this way. We're going to see if this modded back cover is actually worth it when it comes to having a 2280 drive, and see if it's actually going to run okay, to not thermal throttle at least. It's a Gen 4, so we're going to check on this. Now, just to give you guys an update, after testing it, it didn't actually work. Let me just show you. Here I have it connected. I have connected the SSD to everything and everything seems to be well. However, when you turn it on, it will give you missing drive. Just to illustrate it better, as you can see, even though I have it connected, it's still not reading the SSD. So I'm going to turn it off. We're going to use a Gen 3 SSD instead. Hopefully it would work. Actually, this would be better because Gen 3 generally doesn't get overheat as much as Gen 4. Let's try it to see if it's works. So it didn't work also with this one. I'm not sure if it did work for you. However, for me, this one didn't work. I tried Gen 3, Gen 4, it didn't work. Maybe my extender is faulty, so like I did everything as the instructions said. See, there's really no drive. Yeah, as you can see, there is no drive at all. So it's not recognizing it. Hopefully it didn't cause any damage to my Legion Go. It's recognizing it, as you can see. So yeah, it's an adapter thing. In my case, it didn't work. It's faulty. After all those attempts, after all those tries, for it to just not work is just terrible. So I'm putting it all well, and it's going all the way. Just final attempt. There is no drive. As you can see, still not detected. So therefore, I'm not going to use this crappy stuff. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, after all those attempts to try this mode and everything, unfortunately, despite all the efforts, the adapter isn't working after all. After trying this so much, with two different working SSDs, one Gen 4 and another one Gen 3. First, I thought it's because this one is Gen 3. However, the adapter isn't working, it's faulty. Some of you may have got it working, but it's the first time that I'm trying it. So I just opened it with you. I never used it prior to this video. So guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this video didn't work as it should have been, as I planned. I'm going to try out different approaches in this mod cover that would work with it. And perhaps we'll find better solutions than this adapter. So stay tuned, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel as a way to support it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.